Welcome, sir. And Anshu, sir.
Hello, good
Yeah.
afternoon, everyone.
Good
Am I
afternoon,
audible?
ma'am. Yeah, you're audible, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm here on behalf of Carewell Biotech. So we are a medical devices manufacturing company, and I'm here on behalf of them to listen on the webinar.
Welcome, ma'am. And
Thank you.
next, Anmol Laboratories Private Limited.
Hello everyone.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello. I am from Animal Laboratories from India, working as a QA officer. I am here to hear you all. Thank you.
Good, ma'am. Manu Ved, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, good evening, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
I'm Manu Ved and I'm here on the behalf of Polymedicure. And we are into the medical devices industry. And I'm the product manager for diagnostic division of Polymedicure.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Next, Ganesh Bhist.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This
Good
is
afternoon, sir.
Ganesh from Kaya's in India. So we are a diagnostic company. Basically, we are importer and doing trading business, supplying the material across the India. And I'm a regulatory manager here, taking care of India and Southeast Asia. Yeah.
Welcome,
Thanks
sir.
for inviting me. Thanks.
Thanks, sir. And Rajat Ji.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. This is Rajat Kapoor from Association of Diagnostic Manufacturers of India. I'm working as Assistant Director Secretary. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome, sir. So, from academia, Shimanara, ma'am. I think even I think your voice is hello, ma'am. I think there is some issue with Siva, ma'am. I think. So let's start with the presentation. And I'm just sharing my screen. Today topic. Hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
Yes, it's visible. Yeah, thank you for confirming. So I'm just trying to give a base to the entire contest, and then we will get into the mentoring the form industry expert, and their input going to be a very important. So basically, we are here for the mandate of Department of Pharmaceuticals for medical device sector. Basically, a government initiate scheme in a medical device sector, that is the National Medical Device Policy 2023 implementation address industry issue related to the manufacturing and allied subjects. And flagship, there are some flagship initiatives for first of all, a scheme for promotion of medical device park (MDP), production link incentives (PLI) scheme for medical device, and assistance of medical to medical device cluster for common facilities. These three programs are initiative and currently are running, and we are focusing on the four. One scheme is scheme with the scheme for human resource development (HRD) in medical device sector. It's a very important initiative from the Department of Pharmaceuticals. It's very important, I think, because without human resource, none of the initiative is going to be beneficial to the objective to what they have meant for. So, and this scheme launched on 28 June of 2024 in Hindustan Times, so with the application of window to open to all suits from 28 June. The purpose of this scheme is to bridge the gap between the academia and the industry of medical device industry. For that purpose, we are intended to do is, without having an interaction and close continued dialogue with the industry from the beginning is going to be very important for academia and for us, and very crucial. So, with academia and industries come forward to take the shape as per the requirement of industry, and there is the gap. For this purpose, we have we have been some of the webinars. So every day, 2 webinars has been run, focused on certain segments of medical devices product, and we have already done with the webinar 7. These are 8 webinar. So about the scheme. Basically, what is scheme objective? The scheme objective is the bridging the gap between industry and the academy. Second thing, they provide a skilled workforce to the industry, and we're planning to educate and train around 5,400 learners over a period of 3 years. And basically focusing develop research and development ecosystem for medical device sectors. It's a purpose of scheme. And what the beneficiaries in focus. So in beneficiaries, it would be central government universities, institute offering postgraduate diploma, MSc, MTech, and courses in medical devices. Next, the vocational training centers affiliated by the NCVT approved awarding body, offering NCVT approved diploma certificate courses in medical device sector. LSSSDC is also the awarding body. Student willing to work in the medical device sector for this. Existing workforce also can take a benefit from this scheme, which is already working in the medical device sector. So basically, what the focus of the scheme? Focus of the scheme versus R&D, research and development, component manufacturing, final product manufacturing, and assembly and testing. Additional focus is on non-paramedic maintenance technician in a clinical establishment. Scheme component. Here, basically, there are 2 components, component A and component B. So, let give me some basic background to our panel industry panelist. You may have not been get the entire information before the end, but set the context for the both of you. From now onward, the question that would be asking. So for component A and for component B. For component A is a multidisciplinary postgraduate courses, MSc, MTech, PG, diploma in medical device sector to be offered in existing central government institute, universities and research institute. It component is basically focused based on only central government institutes. We are offering MSc, MTech and PG diploma. Other than in component B, capacity development program for a student and for existing workforce in technician, maybe regulatory diploma certificate or short-term training course, maybe 6 months, 1 year, in field of medical device sector, focus on designing, manufacturing, quality, testing, and engineering, etc. But in the when we talk about component A, there are some basic points, the key points. The key point is for component A is basically for postgraduate program, MSc, MTech, PG diploma, only with central government institution, approximately 137 institution like NAPER, IITs, NITs, ISC, central government cities. Next, up to 75% of cost of the course, that is 19 crore, that is 25% to be borne by student institute, and 15 crore as a non-recurring expenses for infrastructure and lab equipment, and 4 crore as a recurring expenses for salary, wages, and consumer, etc. University shall develop a program in line to NEP 2022 or NHEQF. In component A, there is some mandatory module for PG courses. There are 2 must for all programs: regulatory and quality compliance in medical devices. Then the second one is the foundation of human biology for medical devices. Rather than any 4 of them below to be chosen must for all programs based on program focus. First is a mathematical modeling in medical device perspective, material in biomedical device, basic in biosensor and bioelectronics, basic in design aspects, machine learning, and cell micro. These are the mandate modules for the PG course for central universities in component A. In component A, there are some successful list of focus areas program. The list is not restrictive, it's a tentative. We can add some more programs and the segments after discussing what the need during this component, what the need of IVD, we can add on this. So basically, these are the basic one. These are the medical imaging, medical bioelectricity, bio-nanotechnology, diagnostic IVD, regenerative medicine, clinical models. These are some focus area of programs in under the component A. When we talk about the component B, based on the skill gap analysis, we have found the skill gap where what the industry required and what the institute is given. So this is the skill gap analysis. So it's an NCVT approved diploma certificate short-term training course. It should be maybe 6 months or 1 year. For student as well as for existing workforce can also take the benefit of this scheme of R&D and research establishment and non-paramedics technician in healthcare establishment. This scheme in hybrid mode, it may be offline, online, evening, weekend back. In case of reimbursement, 25,000 rupees per student for diploma and 10,000 per student for a certificate skill development training program. In this component B, central, state government institute, private institute, and industrial institute, training institute approved as affiliated skill development center of NCVT approval awarding body in medical device sector. Basically, we focusing on the we will give preference to the central institutes rather than promoting continuous training for manufacturing skill under framework such as global quality framework like ISO. So basically, what the focus of component B? Under component B, we basically focus on the design, R&D, regulatory, manufacturing, quality, testing, and engineering and maintenance. These are the 6 focus area of programs which come under the component B. Here are some list available courses which is NCVT approved. Here are some list of the programs which come under the component B. There are 23 list. Again, I said what we need in the different segments of medical level. We can add more curriculum modules in this course. Medical device sector. So today, all we are gathered here in this webinar is basically medical device segment. Our last is the in-vitro diagnostic instrument and reagent. Today, our main focusing area in vitro diagnostic and instrument and reagents. So the entire scheme is focusing on first 3 segment of medical devices. It's a research and development, component manufacturing, and final product assembly. These are basic 3 main focusing area in medical device sector under this scheme. Here are some skill gap we have done. A skill gap in R&D section. There are different segments in R&D section where the skill gap. Some skill gap in quality section. That means instrument calibration, automation, material in biomedical, documentation, data, deviation handling. There are skill gap. In skill gap in manufacturing area, environment sustainability, designing thinking, quality, material in biomedicals. And the most important is the regulatory affairs. Handle market compliant, managing regulatory inspection audit. These are the skill gap from the graduates. Some skill gap in the plant maintenance. So from all industrial industrial leaders, we have gone through all this. schemes and component B. Here are some list of question. My first question with all panelists or industrial panelists, and can the current program from any institution be set as benchmark? Hello? Uh, Sudhir sir?
Yeah,
Uh,
can I'd request
yeah.
the other teammates from the industry
Yeah.
to respond out.
We're also requesting from industrial
Rajat,
panelists to
Rajat ji, you
respond
can
this.
also tell the people to respond because you would be knowing
Sure.
most of
So,
them.
yeah, as I can see, I think very few members has joined, but anyways, we can start. I think yes.
Yeah.
So, I request all the members, all the attendees who are there, please make it uh, like interactive session and participate in the session. So otherwise, it will not be beneficial for anyone if we just deliver and we discontinue this. Then so I request everyone to participate. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rajat. I think teammates from the industry.
Anyone?
Mrs. Nehal?
Yeah, it's me,
Hello.
Sudhir sir.
Hello. Yeah. So I like to answer the question. So I think every program from every institution has a basic course structure. So it most of the knowledge can be applied in basic forms in any industry, but setting it as a benchmark, I think it would require a more comprehensive reform of the course and the program so that it can be tailored more to the industry requirements.
Thank you. At least you have.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
So I would request the industry leaders to please come forward and please give us some ideas so that it will give a good clear picture how we can proceed and how what we can do it. So I would request Ganeshi.
Yes, thanks. So, I mean, the question, the tricky one, I would say, and making benchmark, I mean, would be I mean, what the other institutes or the other organizations which are currently running such program on the area of healthcare or medical device IVD and all. So do they have that level of information which currently the industry required? So I don't think that is there. But again, the study content or the subject which the LSSDC has incorporated, so that how long that will meet the industry's requirement, that is again a question, because medical device and IVD is evolving industry. What the requirement today may be not in next 5 or 10 years. So that is somewhere I think I think I don't have that clarity. So LSSDC need to think on that area as well, because this industry is like this only, because it is always evolving. So the requirement would be changed down the line after 5 or 10 years. Yeah, this is my comment. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, I would like to ask, which kind of requirement means there's some more specific. Can you specify you which the
See, let's say the digitalization is happening and the AI is coming. So although you have mentioned these points, but how robust it is, and where if let's say I'm working in a import-based company, and the Europe is far ahead what we are today trying to incorporate. So I don't know where and how we will meet up this whole harmonization. So that's where I think, unless we do not have the complete prospectus with us, AI means what within the AI,
Mhm.
that level of understanding or sharing. So till then, I mean, it would be very difficult, because AI itself is very vast, and saying we
Yes, sir.
will teach AI means, I don't know. I mean, at what depth of knowledge will be
Uh,
shared, and from whom these participants will uh, uh, get the knowledge or information. So there are some sort of
that's yes,
unclear things.
right, sir. I understand what you want to say. You are adding that AI, machine learning, AL, ML, right, sir? This type of thing should be incorporated in this program, right? So, sir,
Yes.
yeah.
Uh,
So, in case of IVD industry, when we talk about in-vitro diagnostics, so what do you prefer, in which segment is the need of AI and ML? Because these are different segments in IVD, R&D segment, manufacturing, production, different segments. So, in which segment you would like to add this AI and ML? In all segment, focusing something in a specific segment we would like to add.
You see, considering the current AI, let's say, I mean, the knowledge what we have at this moment on the AI is, let's say, at the production level, we can't let the AI make decision at the R&D or some other decision making level. But at the production level, or at the data entry, or some sort of things at this moment can be given to the AI. Yeah, this is what currently the most of the companies are doing.
uh, can I request
So,
you just to move the slides backwards where
of
you have
course,
said
sure,
certain,
sir, sure, sir. Why not? Just give a few minutes.
yeah, where you have given some mandatory things.
Right, sir. Definitely, sir.
Yeah,
This one, sir. Right, sir.
yeah,
Mandatory model for PG course. Right.
yeah. So,
So, I'm just requesting to Sudhir sir, now Sudhir sir to take a lead, and he can take a question from other industry panelists, sir. Would you like to, sir?
yeah.
Thanks.
Actually, I don't know. It's my opinion as a personal, not an admin at this juncture. Now, what I am talking about,
Yes,
these two particular things, what must for all programs when we see, medical device perspective. These are all the things which are basic things. I think this should be a part of any content. Basics in biosensor, bioelectricals. Then, as Mr. Ganesh said, the basics in design. Here, IoT and machine learning in medical devices is a very important thing, what you have, Mr. Ganesh has said. So, bioinformatics, these are all the must in a PG programs. Also, the AI aspects, because it is gaining importance in the diagnosis. So,
right, sir.
it has to be, as Mr. Ganesh said, it has to have a component in this particular must. So, so this
There's
AI, it has.
right, sir. Can yes, sir. The suggestive list of focus area of program You can
Yeah.
see here the last second one, artificial intelligence in medical device.
Correct. So that can also be that, as said by Mr. Ganesh, it should be a part of a what we call a module in the IVD sector also, for whenever it is in the postgraduate at the level A, component A of the thing.
Yeah, component, right.
Correct. So because here all these things will come into play, because it's more important as we move forward. We have to be more futuristic, as he said rightly, that it has to be more futuristic, and then we look forward for the application of AI. That's why once we talk about the AI, then only they'll start thinking on how to apply AI in our field. Yes, the West, and they would be taking, it's not that they would be taking a head start. It's not like that. We also would be able to take a head start on it. But once we start incorporating this into our curriculum, that will give the thing. Coming back to the point of benchmarking, yes, as earlier the madam, Anshul, she had said, no, at this juncture, it may not be possible for us to, as we are evolving out. But yes, over a period of time, once we start off, we will be able to benchmark it and do it. Coming on to the next question, which is, should it be a postgraduate diploma or a MTech? I think we'll just go into that, and also quickly, any comments from anyone on that? What should be the name of this, if at all, with this course? It should be a postgraduate diploma or a MTech. Mr. Ganesh or anyone? I think, Snehal, I think what we will do is,
Yes, sir.
yeah, anyone else can.
Yeah.
Sir, I think existing workforce can benefit from it being a PG diploma course,
Yeah.
and more the awareness for it would be created. Then the students who are actually in the process of taking up bachelor's and master's courses, they can take up the MTech program for it, and maybe that can be a 2-year or 3-year degree programs for scheduled accordingly.
Madam, you suggest a continuous 2-year program for a PG diploma. That's what you are saying?
Yes, sir. So existing workforce can benefit from it being a hybrid model, because generally existing workforce cannot handle the pressure of leaving their workforce, which they are already in process with, and then going back to education. So they can benefit it from being a hybrid model. Hence, a PG diploma course would be much beneficial for them, and the students who are coming up can benefit from it being a proper MTech course, which can be similar as the other MTech courses that are provided by big institutions like IITs and NITs.
Okay. I think, Snehal,
Yes,
I
sir.
think you have taken the.
Yes, I have.
What we'll do is,
I just want to clarify. So one thing, sir. Just ma'am said that it should be a PG diploma, right, sir? So I just know, sir, that PG diploma and MTech. So MTech should be more specific for R&D section, and some other sections like technician and production, and something is should be PG diploma, sir. Because MTech becomes so more specific to more specific subject. So it will be good for R&D section, initial development section, and some other section to we can implement MTech.
No, but this particular point is valid, that PG diploma in a hybrid mode for the regularly the people who are existing who are existing workforce.
Okay, sir.
Those who are working in the company and who want to upgrade their skills and knowledge, and then which will benefit to the industry. I do also agree with that. PG diploma would be right, and MTech is a normal course. But the point what sorry, what
It's Anshul.
Snehal was telling was about having a MTech only for the IITs and all those things. Am I right? That's what you're thinking?
No, sir. My thing is what you're saying that some short-term training courses and 1 year courses, it's come under sir component B, sir.
Correct.
Yeah, in regarding component A, sir, and I have just one question because in every there are different sections in research and development, production, manufacturing. So my question is that the MTech should be specific for some courses in section of R&D specialization. For someone who want to enter in R&D section, I think there should be some master degree in MTech degree, because R&D, the research and development, should be produce new product, giving it to companies. So my question is that is a MTech should be specific to R&D section, या फिर PG diploma should be specific for the production, manufacturing, packaging. कैसा मतलब question, sir? Yeah, MTech for all the departments in
Because
IBD, sir.
we cannot currently a person doing an MTech need not only go to an R&D.
Okay, sir.
So yes, more often they may go. We do not say, we do not deny it, but then possibility is, the 1%, some possibility of not joining into R&D is also there. They may take an administrative route. So many other things. So we cannot brand MTech only for R&D. That's which I feel. I don't know others.
Okay, sir.
What?
So one comment, sir. So I reiterate what the Anshul madam has said related about the PG diploma. So the PG diploma is and following you also on the same thought, sir. PG diploma can be obtained by the current workforce. So that is, I think, quite straight. And the here is again, I mean, because the curriculum is very vast here. So I mean, the AI is there, machine learning is there, that could be come under the MTech or something, and some the R&D and the other things, that again may go to the MTech or something. So I mean, the my point here is the prospectus is very huge. So some points can be, go under the MTech, or some points could be go under the PG diploma. Maybe the length of the study material could be reduced for the PG diploma or MTech or something. And yeah, I mean, the MTech can be offered to the graduates, the tech graduates could go or could opt this MTech program. The prospectus is to use. I mean, some segregation need to be considered or rethink. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Still, what I would request, what we will do is we'll put forth the suggestion from the admin side, what is our thing, and then we'll go back to this and then correlate both the things.
That's it.
So I think Mr. Rajat would have shared the presentation, if or should I share it? Hello. Snehal?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
You are having the presentation sent by Mr. Rajat?
No, sir.
Okay, it has been sent to Neha, madam. Okay.
Right, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Neha,
I will share it. I will share it in that case. Okay. So if you stop sharing this, I will start sharing if you give me the sharing rights.
Okay, sure.
So I'll put across the perspective of ADME, which is, I would say that Association of Diagnostic Manufacturers of India. So I'll just share that perspective from the ADME side. Request the sharing rights, or if you have it, I will request you to share.
You got it, sir? Request for sharing this.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, let me come.
1 minute. Just. One minute. You have got it. Okay, fine. Okay. Thank you, Snail, for helping me out with that. So as I represent today the ADME, as you know, ADME is the Association of Diagnostic Manufacturers India. So we'll go through the content with the role of ADME in Indian IVD industry, overview of the IVD industry, IVD markets segmentation, and skill set required within IVD industry. So that's what, in general, what we're going to talk about. So may I have the next slide, please? So as said, this the ADME, that is Association of Diagnostic Manufacturers, is a pivotal organization representing interest of Indian manufacturers in vitro diagnostic sector. And it is the largest association in vitro diagnostic manufacturers in India. Almost 90% of India's IVD manufacturers are its member, and most of them are into the MSME sector. ADME is also a member of several bodies of GOI, Government of India, and has been working closely with various departments of Government of India for making standards, guidelines, supporting other such endeavors like Make in India. So, may I have the next slide, please? Okay. So the ADME facilitates technology transfers and collaboration so that enabling domestic manufacturers to have access to advanced technology, thereby enhancing the competitiveness on a global scale. So it fosters local manufacturing capability, and it also aligns with the national objectives of self-reliance and economic growth. And Make in India initiative has been very close to ADME, and it actively collaborates with government bodies, develop and implement industry standards and guidelines. And ADME has also joined hands with Life Science Sector Skill Development Council, on which forum we are talking now, and also with HSSC under Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. We also provide market access support, assisting companies in navigating market challenges, assessing opportunity both within India and globally. May I request the next slide, please? So, the in vitro diagnostics, as you know, stands as a cornerstone in modern healthcare. So, revolutionizing the diseases that are diagnosed, especially when you look into with the advent of COVID, it has a lot more. We could understand how important the IVD industry has been, and it has been continuously innovating and evolving And today we are really proud that Indian IVD industry plays a pivotal role in improving patient outcomes and advancing medical research and thereby healthcare efficiencies. IVD technologies have various tools across medical disciplines, including clinical chemistry, hematology, microbiology, immunology, molecular diagnostics. And in-vitro diagnostic globally is 80 million USD in 2024, and it continues to grow because of the increase of prevalence of chronic and infectious diseases, aging population, rising healthcare expenditure, and technological advancements. May I have the next one? So let me tell you how the segmentation has been the in-vitro diagnostic market. By product, it is reagents, instruments, and services. And by technology or test type, that is microbiology, hematology, coagulation, immunoassay, clinical chemistry, others, and molecular diagnostic and genetics. So these are all the various things. And by application, infectious disease, cardiology, nephrology, drug testing, diabetes, oncology, autoimmune disease, and others. This is the broader market segmentation which we are. And as I was telling, COVID explored very many things out, and the importance of in-vitro diagnostic market came to the fore. So I would say molecular diagnostics and all gone a great leap in the last few years. Similarly, all other things. So that's what we will see in the in the coming forward. Also, the in-vitro diagnostic is going to evolve further. So let me come to a skill set that is required within the IVD industry. There are different departments like production, quality assurance, quality control, regulatory, and of course R&D, and others are also there. So mainly we categorize in the professional group. Professional group A is a white collar job, what we call as R&D specialist, regulatory affairs specialist, QA manager, QC manager, production or plant head. These are one group. Then there are the other group, supervisory cadres, lab assistant, technical assistant, production supervisors, etc. And in the C level, it is the IT and worker level. Those are basically into the assembling units and all. So assembling, filling, packing, all those things takes care. So coming to the next. So what are the skill set which is required within the IVD industry? See, definitely IVD industry also has instrumentation and reagents, as we said, and service. So service is a very important factor wherein, prepare the individual technical knowledge, practical skills to maintain the instruments which are there in the customer's place, to troubleshoot, to repair, and operate effectively and efficiently so that they can get a better result. So what is the skill set here required is basically what we look is basically a BTech engineer in electronics and communication, or biomedical engineer, or a what you call a diploma also with a little experience. So this is what an IVD service engineer. Whereas in the R&D sector, we require little more, knowledge based on the, as we were talking about, the MTech level people who are necessarily conducting research and development, who have a penchant for doing research and development and creating new diagnostic tests, improvement of existing methods, and product development. So these are all and they basically should be an MTech and so on. Then QA QC specialists, they have the knowledge about the quality control, quality assurance, the Six Sigmas and all those things. No, they must meet the regulatory and industry standard. So basically, they can be, again, MSc or in the relevant subjects. That can be possible. Need not be a MTech. Then, of course, a marketing specialist, because because this is a highly here the science, it's a selling is a science, because here what I'm telling, they are selling scientific things, so their knowledge and skills are very important. The marketing specialist, because until unless they know the product well, they will not be able to talk about the benefits to the customer. So here also it is. So here basically a science graduate or engineering graduate can fit in the bill, but then they should know the relevant product, and they should have the knowledge to promote the technical features of this product. May I have the next slide, please?
Yeah.
So then IVD regulatory specialist, yes, regulation is a regulatory thing is the most important. Now this is coming, gaining more importance, and a lot of regulatory things are coming in, and that has to be navigated properly. So that's another thing where we require someone, who's qualified into and with the regulatory aspect, who knows all the regulations, what are there in the Indian market, also in the overseas markets. There are certain regulatory requirements that can be met out. Then we call the applications specialists. Basically, they are the troubleshooting people. The clinical laboratory technician, immunology. See, they have a thing that where they have to resolve the problems at the technician level. So then immunology, serology specialist who can do. Then there's a technician, point of care. Basically, point of care technician means they are just a facilitate the instrument to that. Not much of a preparation of samples are required. Then clinical chemistry analyst, clinical bioinformatics analyst, MLT, medical laboratory technologist are required, blood banking transfusion, and molecular diagnostic specialist. So these are some of the things which we have incorporated into that. So that's what in brief what we have done. Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the knowledge. But I would request if we can, discuss some questions which we were presenting.
Exactly.
So, yeah, so that we will not deviate from our topic, what exactly we were
Exactly.
discussing.
We come back to the topic. So I see this is about component A, what we are talking, where the mentoring is to be done by the, correct. We are talking about the scheme A, where is a MTech and all, which is done from the central government institutes. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So here the central government institutes where we are, where we say that there can be a relevant, courses which can be made or curated. That is possible, but then as whatever you have mentioned, the basics should be that, and thereon we can add on. We do agree about this. Any other thing which people, I think our industry teammates can answer to this. Excuse me.
So I would request other other industry leaders to come forward and discuss these questions. So that will be great. Or maybe if you can share your ideas upon these questions, so that will be grateful.
Can you just go back to the mandatory modules before we proceed further?
Yeah, sure.
Mandatory modules, okay.
Yes.
This is the slide for the mandatory modules. Yeah, Mr. Ganesh, you were.
So in this slide, these top two are the mandatory for all the programs,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And these
yes.
four are optional.
These six are the optional, and you have to pick any four of them.
Any four, whether you go for MTech or the PG diploma.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to confirm from our side whether any additional point need to be added here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So wherein we are seeing basics in design aspect of medical devices and the machine learning in medical devices and also medical device is a generic term which includes the IVD itself. Can we mention slash IVD?
Yes, definitely, sir.
Yes, because medical device, you know, even into our MDR 2017 as well. So
Right, sir.
the IVD is IVD is itself a medical device which has
Right.
a different category, right?
Right.
So
Right.
I think it's worth adding to slash IVD.
Definitely, sir. We will add here the machine learning in medical device oblique just slash IVD.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure, sir. So, sir, today, sir, was my as we can see, my the next question for industry panelists is for in vitro diagnostic instrumentation, instruments and reagent, if the mandatory module are okay or any more module is must. So you have already given this answer. We have should give an IVD option, right? In machine learning, AI in IVD. Am I right, sir?
This question is to me or to Sudeep
Uh,
ji?
so, uh, just you have answered the because you answered the question. Is, we have to add
General.
one oblique one dash IVD sector. So I think you have the question of this answer is already you mentioned that, right?
Yeah. I think in vitro diagnostic is there in that, no? Then the options in the second page.
Second page, sir. Yeah, there is, sir.
It's there.
Yeah, there is, sir.
See,
Yeah, you can see here, sir. It's here.
Yeah.
Diagnostic and IVDs.
here also another in vitro diagnostic principles and instrumentation.
Right, sir. Principal and instrumentations of in vitro diagnostic.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
But
Yes, sir. You want to add something, sir?
no. I
Okay.
just said that it
Okay.
is there.
So I would request the people from the industry if they can ask questions on these parameters. So if or maybe if they can just share their insights on the IVD instruments and regions. Seema, Nara ma'am ji, or maybe Arindam Bid, sir.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, madam. Please.
Yeah, this is Dr. Seema Nara from MNNIT Allahabad. So I am a researcher also who is doing research here in the area of in vitro diagnostics. We are especially training the students towards rapid test development. So at present in our Department of Biotechnology here at NIT, we are just floating two courses, which are BTech in Biotechnology and MTech in Biotechnology. So they are general biotechnology courses. Considering my specialization and few more faculty members here are working on molecular diagnostics. So jointly, I am thinking of whether we can launch a new course in our institute, which can offer to the needs of IVD industry. So I am a bit confused whether I should make a proposal for launching a BTech UG level course or a PG level course. Because for an MTech course, I think the student, the prerequisite that we would be needing is he or she should have some background knowledge of the courses of IVD or some basic courses. So can you just share your thoughts on that.
Madam, would you please repeat what you said? Could you please? I'm sorry, I could not.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible now, madam.
Actually, I'm a bit confused, and I'm thinking whether we should go for proposing a BTech course or an MTech course as a new course in IVD. And because for a for an MTech program, I think the student should have some knowledge of, or I could say they should know some background of IVD industry, and then only we can, take him to some advanced courses. So in that way, what do you think? I mean, what is the opinion of the industry experts that for an institute like NITs, which courses should we offer? Whether we should start with the undergraduate course or with the postgraduate course? Because as a faculty, we are definitely doing research in this area. So how can we utilize our expertise there?
It's a point well said. I don't know. I would request the other teammates also to respond to that. It's a very valid question what Madam Seema has raised. So
I would like to take it, sir, if you allow.
yeah.
So, ma'am, so I mean, your concern is, I mean, valid concern. So the thing is, I mean, I would go, or I would suggest to have a master uh, uh, to offer a MTech or some other mastery on it. And if something is just a basic already been taught at the undergrad level, so then at the master level, specific to medical device, which has a 30% of the IVD, can be taught together, because IVD alone, I don't think would be enough for next 2 years. And if we club IVD and medical device for postgrad, so that would be, I mean, a very good platform for the industry to absorb such talent. Am I clear here?
Yeah, I got your point. Actually, I would like to add one more thing to this. In the morning session, also I was there, and we were it was about assisted medical devices, and then a thought was shared that while launching these courses, uh, I mean, since the sector is so diverse, we must include courses on uh, some aspects like quality manufacturing, supply chain or production, regulatory, and so. So, I mean, do you also suggest that for an course whose mandate is specifically towards training the students for IVD industry, should we include courses that would also focus on quality control, regulatory affairs, manufacturing or production?
Sure. So this is what I said at beginning, if something we can add on at the undergrad level, let's say just an overview of what the industry is, and including your regulatory quality and the other areas, and at the master's level, the it should be on, at very detailed one, because if we include a small portion, let's say 15% of the whole medical device and IVD in the undergrad, and the rest 85 can be covered in the MTech, which will be a separate specific to the industry. So that is something can be suggested at this time, I think.
And one more thing, since IVD sector, technique-wise, technically, it comprises of, as shared by Dr. Sudhir also, that it comprises of various types of technological platforms like molecular diagnostics or immunoassays or rapid tests. So, do you expect the students to be to have a basic knowledge of all these platforms, or they should be because they are definitely going to be into R&D, so or they should be trained to or have hands-on experience on how to develop these assays, all the platforms or some specific assays?
I mean, the specialization can be taught at the MTech level, and the basic understanding can be given at the undergrad level, just to add 10% or 15% on the current curriculum also. I mean, this is just my thought on
Okay.
it. Rest.
I mean, since we are starting with this idea, so I can, I mean, we can just take up either an undergrad course or a PG course. We cannot start with both. We cannot do amendments in the
So, are
existing
you
course that we are
currently
doing.
offering undergrad or not, ma'am?
We are offering
Okay.
undergraduate, but it is BTech in biotechnology. So it is covering, you know, the general courses of biotechnology. It is not specifically towards IVD.
So, are you only interested in IVD or medical devices?
Both IVD and medical devices. But accordingly, we have to look at the expertise of the faculty that is available.
Yeah. So, one thing I would say, is it possible to switch a biotech guy, who read the biotech and immediately switch into the whole tech, wherein the medical and IVD devices will be there. So, I mean, how the transition should be smooth, you know. This
Yeah,
is what,
that's the
uh,
thing.
yeah,
That's the thing. That's a big question, actually.
yeah. The transition should be very smooth. The student who read the undergrad in your college, then he is taking a part into the MTech medical and IVD. So there should be a transition. The basic learning already been given at the undergrad. So this is what I'm, mentioning since beginning. Can we start addition of some portion, let's say 5-10%, just to give the brief of what
Okay.
may come into the MTech with the medical and IVD. So if we can add on that portion, then definitely the student can take over of the new added courses also. This is my thought on it.
Right.
So
And
I wanted to add something. Sorry,
yeah, sure.
this is Manu from Polymed. So as you were discussing about this, whether it should be undergraduate or postgraduate in IVD specific. So I also suggest that it should be post graduation, and because in like undergraduation level, if you talk about biotechnology also, because all the biotechnology is the cluster of all the techniques which we learn in the undergraduate. So as sir was saying that 15%, and I think most of the universities or all the courses have this portion of instrumentation, and then molecular diagnostics, and not molecular diagnostic, but molecular biology is there, microbiology is there. So the student gets the insight of all the things in while doing the undergraduation. So when they can choose if they want to go into this IVD and medical devices, we can have the post graduation program in that. So basic understanding will be done in the while they are doing their graduation. So that is my suggestion.
And one more thing I would like to ask. Dr. Anshul has talked about a PG diploma also for the existing workforce. So, to start with the PG diploma, what kind of infrastructure does an IVD industry expects from an institute or in order to enhance their skills? I mean, up to what level the skill upgradation is required? And how is it going to be different in terms of the courses offered for an MTech?
So I'd like to take up that question. So so I had worked in an academia setting, so basically a startup before this role. So I could see the dissonance that was there between what the industry expected the academia to be and what the perspective of a scientist who has worked only in an academic setting and moving into an industry role. So there is a dissonance in between that there is not a clear understanding of what the market actually requires, and that is where I think is where there might be something that we can improve upon, because that is what the existing workforce needs to skill up so that the IVD sector can be reformed and can perform better, if not at the helm of the industry standards that even the Wests are performing, but at least we can be on par with them. So basically, if we can introduce more industry perspective into the courses that is specifically for existing workforce, the PG diploma course, and getting mentors from the industry who can bring the market perspective the co- into the program structure. I think that would be much more beneficial. And since the market perspective also changes every 3 months or 6 months, so it is an evolving field. So I think introducing that and also keeping an eye on uh, what the new trend is coming in, that would be much more helpful in that is what the PG diploma course requires.
Okay, so I mean, you suggest that one thing I agree with is this industry is very evolving very fast, and according to the needs of industry, the curriculum also needs to be, uh, you know, changed or revised very frequently. So we, I think, should focus on making a curriculum that is more flexible to include the, you know, changing demands of the industry.
Yeah, so the MTech course that is there should definitely have some more uh, basic and clear understanding of what the market needs are today, and maybe projected needs also in the next 5 years or so, where the curriculum can again be revised after a period of time. But for the PG
Mm-hmm.
diploma course, I think it should be a much more flexible model where since it's going to benefit the existing workforce and they have to directly apply their knowledge into the sector. So I think that the PG diploma course should be much more flexible than the MTech one, which can be a much more rigid model and
Yeah.
can be revised in a set period of time.
Okay. Thank you so much, all the industry experts, for bringing clarity. Thanks.
Uh, Thank you so much, Anshul, for the clarification to ma'am. My next question to all panelists in behalf of the academia: can industry nominate, recommended the pool of experts who can join as assistant professor of practice with academic institution? Any industry leaders, Captain?
Yes, Nehil, that is a possibility. One more thing which I want, there was one more person from the academia who was to speak, and then
Okay.
there was one person I saw, Arindam, Mr. Arindam. I don't know.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, he was about to speak, and then
Okay,
Yes.
sure, Indranjit.
Sir.
Yeah, continue.
So myself, Arindam Bid from NIT Raipur, and we have undergraduate program in biomedical engineering, and we are looking into this particular scheme to have MTech in medical devices. Now, for this IVD scheme, IVD specialization, I have some inquiry to the industry partners, like is there any requirement of having the domain knowledge of say microfluidics in IVD, microfluidics, then optoelectronics or optics, as well as the immunofluorescence.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes, yes.
shall we include those kind of subjects also over here? Because right now our lab is also developing some say point of care devices, and there we have seen that might be if the person developer is having this kind of knowledge, then it is much more say beneficial for the development of those IVD devices. So that's why I thought maybe your recommendation is highly appreciable.
I think I would say that yes, they are the microfluidics and IFA technologies are on the increase, and that should be a part of your curriculum. Because I think others can tell what is their opinion, Mr. Ganesh or Ms. Anshul, they can tell about it. But I feel yes, it should be a part of your course curriculum because that's microfluidic is coming up, and that's going to be the we have to really work on to that.
Okay, sir.
I think yes, of course, it can be added. And just a suggestion on the syllabus or the curriculum side is, let's say the LSSDC or the Skill India can think of, uh, this is on the overall business of particular technology, or what sort of consumption currently in India, let's say the RT-PCR, ELISA, or whatsoever it is. If that portion is being used usually, then that can be taught on detailed so that the workforce would be ready with the information to contribute, and which is very new and not so much in the practice as of now or something that can be briefed and or can be given into the PG diploma specific courses, which is not currently being practiced so much. I think this is one of the area the expert can look into it.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
One more thing, which what Madam Anshul said about that the market perspective or the need. What is the need? So that market industry perspective should be one of the thing in the course curriculum. So that if they are given a chance to go into the market and understand what are the requirements in particular, that should be a part of the course curriculum. Then you will see that there is a lot more of bridging the gap between industry and academia.
Okay, sir. And one thing, recently I have gone through another meeting in the ministry, and there many health person are there, and they were recommending to have technology or to come up with technology which will be supporting the primary healthcare. Like most of the IVDs, we are getting it in the higher hospitals or in the tier A and the tier 1 and tier 2 cities. Okay, like in the tertiary setup. But in the primary and secondary setup, they are asking for some newer version of IVD. So, do you think the point of care devices should also be included as a sister of IVD?
It has to be included, but what I feel that point of care would be not into that particular, I would say currently whatever in the IVD is starting from the beginning only at the when we move to very specialty test, it moves into the higher. Almost most of the places now we have testing labs which have the basic what do you call it, testing instruments. When we look into the clinical chemistry, which is the basic Most of the labs in the smallest to the smallest villages and towns have a small what do you call it, analyzer, whether
Yes,
it is
sir.
a hematology, whether it is a what do you call clinical chemistry. So point of care, I don't know, maybe
Actually, sir,
can be added into the curriculum definitely, because it is going to it
actually
is
in
going
that
to boom,
meeting,
but it is
the doctors from Miss in that the meeting was chaired by Director AIMS Raipur, and
uh,
telling like, okay, so in primary and secondary setup, even if we are having the IVD setup, but there is no expert who can say conduct the testing, and after the testing they can send the result to the tertiary setup to say interpret the data or interpret the results. So that's why they were asking like say for example the Anganwadi worker. Okay, so if we are having the point of care devices, the Anganwadi worker can take those devices and do the screening from door to door, and then they can means because they are under the control of the state government will say welfare scheme, so they are very much connected with the tertiary states.
that's partially correct, but then it depends upon the test what can be done out. Mostly, if you look at
Yes.
hemoglobin and such tests, that can be done at that particular level where they can, because especially in the rural setup, you find that ladies would have a low HB. That such instrument rapid testing, what
Yes.
Madam Sima was telling, those can be of use definitely.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Snehal,
I think, yeah, I think the question was already done, and the answer is already given by the panelist. So so can we move over the next component? Is the component B? Is I think it's after this one. So in component with the short-term trading course, as we already discussed regarding that. Okay, so the question is that in which department functions are the demand of fresh skilling for fresh skilling? What do you think, sir? In which sector of nowadays industry fresh skilling is demand is high or something? You need to skill is a particular section in every industry, different industry, different department. In manufacturing, in production, in packaging material. I'm
Yeah.
audible? Yeah. Yes, sir. So, any industrialist captain want to give answer? Which department and function are the demand for fresh skilling? Which department of IVD are you using?
Uh, if you look into the thing is fresh skilling, of course, we require for the specialist, product specialist, what we call, or the to once the instruments are made or the reagents are there, there should be an application of that particular thing. So application specialist for the fresh skilling is more required out.
Yes.
Which I feel, I don't know what others about it.
Yeah. Some other industry panelists want to give their point. Panchoji, Ganeshji, Manuji.
So this question is more of into the industry side or
Industry
more of
side, sir. No, sir. It's all question to industry side.
no there could be, I mean, a
Uh,
or
the,
that let me complete
yeah, great, sir.
Nehal, please.
Great, sir.
So I mean, if I talk about the global regulatory and the global area of development, so there are so many things which being practiced at the global side which are not in our country. So that area can also be part of this question, or this is just more related to within the manufacturing unit or
Right, sir.
company or not?
Right, sir. So my question is that in the scaling process, if some the company is running, so what company thought there should be some upskilling in their candidate, their workforce to enhance their production, to enhance their business.
It
What
could
kind?
be
Right, sir.
it could be situation based. One company has the issue with the service specialist, so maybe
Mhm.
the another one has at the production level or at the technology transfer level, or some other company have the issue with the some other areas. I think this is the situational base more of.
Right, sir. You are right. Definitely, you are right, sir. But my point of question is that what you feel is the fresh screen demand in which sector is demanding is more? You think that R&D section demand more in upskilling? Yeah, in production field is demanding more upskilling needed.
R&D is always in demand.
Yeah, because there is a product development, right, sir?
Yeah.
So that's my question, sir. What do you think is which segment of fresh skilling requirement? Because someone in graduate from someone start to upskilling their skill. So which sector do you think that required more? I know you are saying right, sir. Every sector depends on the situation. What company needed is different. But overall, in IIT, what do you think, sir? Anyone, sir?
It depends, as you said, but still, yes, R&D
Okay.
and all that definitely has to be always, on the roll to acquire more knowledge. So nothing.
Right, sir.
I think the most, if we are talking just about UG and below level, so at that level, I think the most upskilling is required in the sectors of technical support and training, and also data management, where mostly people who have a basic computer knowledge with a 12th pass degree are employed. So those roles can have a better upskilling session with more technical insight pertaining to the industry they are volunteering to go in. And also, since everything has come under regulatory compliance, so there has to be understanding of data management and data privacy regulations also. And there should be some familiarity with laboratory information management systems also, which are the need of the hour, since everything has become online and every data we are maintaining online. So at that level, if we are talking UG and below, those departments are the ones that need fresh upskilling.
Right. Definitely right. Means kind of operator, machine operator, lab technician, kind of things.
Yeah, so as Sir had described earlier, the workforce has been divided in three tiers. So
Right.
the ITI, the tier two and tier three levels, those can be made to have the fresh upskilling in that areas.
Definitely. Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. So, so can we move on next question? The important question that will industry be willing to support academic institution for infrastructure support, just like CSI fund, for upgrading the infra for this short-term process?
Yes, it has been
I
done. Sorry, you can. Sorry.
no, sir, please go ahead.
No, madam, you start with us.
Yeah. So I think it's more into a mutual beneficial collaboration,
Definitely.
where industry also benefits from fresh new workforce which has much more technical knowledge, and which can be an efficient and productive workforce for them also. So they can also uh, take part in it and conduct sessions across academia level, uh, which we commonly see in computer science courses these days, where industry magnates tend to provide short-term courses which upskill the bachelor level students, and then they are the fresh workforce that are produced for them. So it's a mutual beneficial collaboration, and I think if proposed, it should be something that the industry and academic institutions would definitely participate in.
Definitely, you are right, man. It's a kind of collaboration. Should be before you will train, you will support some infrastructure, some kind of ideas, guidance. There should be some collaboration between academy also. Definitely right. Uh, the next question, can industry share skill-wise volume of demand for upskilling as well as fresh skilling? So, Manu sir, I'm audible, sir?
I think, hello, I think others can speak out and then yes.
Okay.
See. So I think that should be possible, because the only thing is these things would be done by any organization for that matter. But then when we look
Definitely.
into the industry, I understand. I think that should be possible.
Definitely, sir. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for confirming. Uh, so, so any question from academia side to our panelists, industry panelists?
Sir, I have a question. Am I
Yeah.
audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sir, in this IVD technology, nowadays we have seen a lot of startups are coming up. So if we are say building a course on IVD at MTech, so shall we also have a give it a flavor of a component of startup and entrepreneurship in IVD? Is it required?
Could you just repeat? In the course curriculum, startup and entrepreneurship, that should be there for any course for that matter.
Okay, actually, we have a startup and entrepreneurship as a separate sale, as well as we have faculty specialized for that, mentoring the students from the institute.
Yeah.
Do we need to have a very specific kind of say startup ecosystem knowledge sharing for the IVD tech, for the IVD technology also? Like every business, they have a different kind of business model, isn't it? Like the business model required for IVD may not be the same which is required for say bigger instruments like say the CT and MRI. So in that case, shall we have a curated IVD specific startup course content?
That's I think that's a general one. It's not any specific. I don't know. I think others can suggest out. I think others would, I request others also, because my opinion in general one would be enough. But then yes, others' opinion, request others to opine on that.
Yes, Anshul ji and Manu ji, would like to give answer of Arindam sir question?
I think entrepreneurship and the startup culture that is prominent in uh, other sectors of other sectors of the manufacturing industry, not pertaining to medical devices. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, definitely. So, Arindam sir, you are satisfied with your answer of this panelist?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
What to thank us.
But Subramaniam sir, hello, I'm audible. Hello, Bhatta Subramaniam sir. Okay, I think there's some issue with Subramaniam sir system. So, I think there's no more question from academia side to panelist. Okay, so, so we wrap up this webinar also. Thank you so much, Sudhir sir, Anshul ma'am, Manu sir, Anindam sir, for joining this webinar and making this very beneficial to everyone. And thank you for your crucial time and crucial key points that we add in our curriculum and module.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining this webinar, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for appreciation.
Thank you for